morning. Happy Monday. Let's get started with our phonics. So, as usual, let's go ahead and take a list of our new words for the week. This week, guys, group 1 and group 2 are going to have the same spelling words. Okay? So, let's take a look at this list, and I want you guys to tell me, what do you notice about them? What do they have in common? What do they all have that's the same? Okay, so you may have noticed that all of the words have apostrophes in them. And the apostrophe is this little mark right here. Okay, those are called apostrophes. Everybody say apostrophe. Okay, so all of these words have apostrophes. And all of these words are called contractions. So everybody say contraction. One more time, contraction. All right. So, what are contractions? Contractions are words that are basically a shortened version of two words that you put together. Okay? And when we put together those two words, we're taking off some of the letters. Okay? And in place of those letters, we're putting the apostrophe. I know that sounds very confusing. So, let me go back to the list so that I can talk about it. So, let's take the word don't, for example, okay? Like, don't do that, all right? The word don't is actually made up of two words. Does anybody know what those two words are? Those two words are do not, okay? So, don't is actually made up of the words do and not, okay? But when we put them together, what letter did we take away? We took away the second O, right? So it's usually like do not. And if we put them together, take away the space, we're taking away this O when we make the word don't. And instead of the O, we're putting an apostrophe. Okay? So don't is the same thing as do not. But when we make the words do not into don't, we remove one of the letters, which in this case was the second O, and instead of that O, we put an apostrophe. Okay? So let's do one more example. All right. So this word is wheel. Say it, wheel. Okay? Wheel is actually the same as, do you know which two words make up the word wheel? If you know them, say them out loud. The word wheel is made up of the words we will. Okay? When we put the words we and will together, what did we take away? What letter or letters did we take away? Okay? In this case, we took away the W and the I. And instead of the W and the I being there, we replaced it with what? The apostrophe. Okay? So, every contraction is made up of two words. When we make contractions, we have two words that we start with, and we are taking away one or more of those letters. And when we take away those letters, what do we put in place of it to make the contraction? An apostrophe. Okay, so let's go ahead and read the words for this week's spelling. So read them with me as I point to them. Let's go down here. Okay, don't, wheel, it's, I've, didn't, your, that's, wasn't, you've, whose, they'll, aren't. Okay? So, we already said that when we see apostrophe T, that is standing for what word? Not. Okay? So, anytime you see apostrophe and T at the end, you know the second word in that contraction is going to be not. So, we have do not for don't, What would it be for wasn't? What would be the two words? We know because we have apostrophe T, the second word is going to be not. And what's the other word that you see in here? Was. So it would be what? Was not. Okay? We did the word wheel. Okay? And we said that when we have the apostrophe LL, it was standing for what word in the contraction? Will, right? So anytime you see apostrophe LL at the end of a contraction, the second word is going to be will. Okay? So, can you think of more words that are contractions that are not on our spelling list for the week? If you can, as usual, click reply and type it in the chat section. Okay, I'm not going to go through all the words on the list because I do want you to, today's assignment is to write the two words that make up each contraction. Okay, but I do want to make sure, let's go back to this for a second. Okay, I want to make sure that you know what each one means. So when we have apostrophe T, that's going to be not is the second word. When we have apostrophe LL, the second word is going to be what? Will. Okay, remember you take the first word you see, and then that would be the second part. Okay, so then we have, this word is it's. Okay, when we have apostrophe S, that is going to stand for is. So in this case, it would be it, and then what? Is. But we took away that I when we made our contraction and we put an apostrophe instead. So when you see apostrophe S, it's going to stand for what? Is. Okay? If you have apostrophe VE, it's going to stand for have. Okay? So in this one, we see I, and then we see apostrophe VE, so that means I what? I have. I've already done my homework. I have already done my homework. Okay? We already did apostrophe T. Apostrophe RE. What do you think that this apostrophe is taking the place of? We know it has the word you in it. You are. Okay? So when you see apostrophe RE, that is standing for the word are, but all we did was take away the A and replaced it with an apostrophe. So when you see apostrophe RE, that's going to stand for are. Okay? We already did this one. Okay, so you guys can go ahead and get started on your spelling for the week, and I will see you tomorrow.